Hey, this is Jeff. Welcome to walkthrough number 5 of Belthan's Quo Vagis. Last week we got rid of 50 help wanted posters, and we got a message that Larry finished printing the first issue of the magazine, so we should talk to him.
Yes?
Hey, Doc. Brian.
Oh, hey there.
So we don't waste a trip, I'm going to recruit the next model on the way there. I have a business proposition. We both stand to make a lot of caps.
Great. What do you have?
A magazine. I need the most beautiful woman in the wasteland to pose in it. You.
Stop, you're embarrassing me.
Nah, you like flattery. And free advertising. But mostly the flattery. Gorgeous.
This is surprisingly satisfying.
There's more where that came from. Unless you're too busy for caps and fawning.
Not at all. Mr. Buckingham can handle the Weatherly for a couple of hours.
The props indicate Vera is an elite cover girl. And we'll just get out of the way and let Larry get to work.
Just be yourself, but more.
We've been gone long enough that the first couple dancers have already arrived from the help wanted posters we put up. There's Hope. And the storeroom's been rearranged to make a bedroom for them. They're about done in here. Yep. Vera gets a souvenir shirt. Very nice. Now let's talk to Larry.
It's good to see you. What do you need?
Oh, not what I was expecting. I talked to Maggie.
And what did you learn?
She's retired, and she was never involved with your case to begin with.
I'm relieved. There are few things more comforting than a friendly neighbor with an assault rifle.
You should hook up. You have a lot in common.
Yes, we could have romantic candlelit pillow talk about necrosis, or how her chain of command intended to execute me for treason.
Right. Back to business.
Of course.
We did it. We actually published an adult magazine.
A sure sign that civilization is returning to the wasteland. Your share of advanced sales has been deposited in your office safe. In its heyday, Lollipop's magazine was published monthly, not to mention spin-offs and specialty periodicals. Let's shoot for 12 issues.
My terminal's not locked. You could give me your password as a sign of trust.
Of course. It contains logistical and technical details, a few personal messages, quite dull, really.
I need to get going. Have a good one.
You do the same.
Get the money and a complimentary copy of the magazine out of our safe. And check the revenue report on the Luma screen. 2,000 caps in advance sales. Your cut was 1,000 caps. Perfect score. And as much as I like Moira's magazine cover, the Wasteland Arousal Guide, I'm going to change it so I don't have to censor it every time I walk in my office. Just FYI, Larry and I are partners now.
Enjoy your stay.
I got the magazine running again. Have you seen it?
Nice writing. It's good for a laugh.
What's going on around here?
Things are quiet around here.
Well, I have some things to do for Larry.
What are you hanging around here for?
I'm sure Chaz is ready for some more whiskey by now.
Hello there, honey.
Every time I find a bottle of whiskey, I think of you. Enjoy.
You're always so busy. Why don't you take a day off once in a while?
See you, Chaz.
Bye, sweetie.
And I really do think of her every time I find one. Issue number 2 is going to be Rivet City businesswomen. Next up, Cindy Cantelli.
Welcome to a quick fix. Nice to see you again. Are you looking for a quick fix?
I know you're busy, but can I ask you a personal question?
Okay, go ahead.
Did anyone ever tell you you're beautiful?
Yeah, but thanks.
Responsibility is stressful. Posing nude for my magazine would relax you.
I've heard about you. I'm not sure what to think about it.
There's no stigma. Other respectable women have posed for me.
Ah, yes. I was wondering when you'd try me. Sounds good.
Great. Can you take some time off and meet me at the studio?
Of course I can.
What the hell do you want?
Ever want to get away from the drunks and the bilge smell and do something fun?
If you don't like it, leave. I'm busy.
You're overworked and underappreciated, am I right?
Damn straight.
Imagine being glamorous and carefree for a few hours. I can make it happen.
This better be good.
Pose for my magazine. Attention, appreciation. Sounds good, doesn't it?
I suppose.
Yeah, we can work on your enthusiasm on the way to the studio.
I'm ready. Lead on.
Set the layout. It's debatable whether Vera's the most famous, but she had props for the photo shoot, so she's the cover. Cindy's beautiful, so she goes in front. And Belle is pretty raunchy, so she goes in back.
Yes?
And another dancer has arrived, Victoria.
It's good to see you. What do you need?
I've set the layout.
Now open. The businesswomen of Rivet City. Too subtle? How about getting busy in Rivet City?
There's Hope on the pole. Mirage on the second stage. And several new customers, so the posters are paying off already.
Look what we have here. What do you need?
It's my job to make sure the customers are happy. Enjoying yourself?
This place is wonderful.
Keep your nose clean. This is a nice place, and I intend to keep it that way.
I'm not looking for trouble.
See ya.
Bye.
There are dozens of women in the Capital Wasteland who can be models, and I'll be using most of them eventually, but I'm trying to beat my high score for the first 12 issues, so I'm going to take a ferry boat ride and shoot the exotic women of Point Lookout next. Maybe everybody knows this already, but destroying Desmond's jammer doesn't lock you into helping Calvert. It does save you from having to fight a town full of berserk tribals. And if you tell Desmond you did it to gain Calvert's trust so he'd let his guard down, Desmond will keep working with you. A smuggler. Of course, after we killed Calvert, I may have slightly shot Desmond in the head because he's such a dick, but oh well. Anyway, if you install the jammer, you can save Madame Panada if you're really quick and draw the tribal's fire, but I did it the easy way, so she's fine.
Welcome, traveler. Stop by and have a look at the wares. The fates have told me that you have a need. Oh, I knew you would return. How may Madame Panada assist you?
An exotic woman like you would be great for my porno mag. It pays 50 caps.
You have a need? Madame Panada is quite the brandy wench.
The fates knew my need was a look at your wares. My quest log says I never did Dark Heart of Blackhall, which doesn't really surprise me. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan, and you'd expect the Krivekna to have cool effects, like the more you use it, the more powerful, but also cursed and evil you become. Nope. Just a useless, undroppable item cluttering up your inventory until you give it to Obadiah or destroy it. And the Dunwich Building's hallucinations, inanimate objects moving around on their own, that kind of stuff, all very cool, but it's also one of the biggest pain-in-the-ass mazes to navigate in the whole game, so once I have the bobblehead, I never go back. Anyway, what all that means is Marcella should still be alive. Yep, there she is.
Greetings, child. I'm Marcella, missionary and student of the faith. How are you?
Pleased to meet you, Marcella.
The feeling is mutual, child. I'd enjoy sharing my belief in the faith if you'll listen.
I publish a magazine up north. It's a perfect way to spread the good word.
I'd be happy to tell you more about my mission.
Great. But it needs pictures to sell. Your faith doesn't ban nudity, does it?
No, not exactly. I'll share what I can. I have told you this so that you might have peace in me. In the world you will have trouble, but take courage. I have conquered the world. In the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall rise again incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Speak your mind, love.
That was beautiful. The sermon, I mean. I have to go now.
Go with great care.
The swamp folk have probably respawned near Marguerite's shack, and I cleverly forgot to bring a shotgun. But we'll just have to make do. Stuck on a bush. If you haven't played Point Lookout in a while, it's easy to forget how tough these guys are. Trackers are on par with the Deathclaw, but not as fast, so the double-barrel shotgun's ideal for them. I don't have one, so I'll just have to whittle him down. Of course, critical hits with the Enfield aren't too shabby either. Who's over there now? Smugglers. When it rains, it pours. All right, sniper duel. Just stick your head out. That was terrible. I deserved that. Goodbye. Should have taken cover to reload.
Well, if it ain't my favorite out-of-towner.
First things first, I have the ingredients for you to make some more moonshine.
I reckon we can. Let's go over the ingredients again.
Punga fruit,
Wild fruit, eh? Just as good, if a slight weaker for flavor.
Don't nobody drink this for the flavor, mon cher.
and in my top 10 list of pickup lines so bad they're good, you're perfect for Punga country, hot and wet.
Sweet and ripe, too.
Marguerite doesn't get out much, and you saw her neighbors, so she's lonely. If you sleep with her, you can convince her to pose for the magazine without a skill check. If you pick that option, you get a fade to black cutscene like the ones in New Vegas, but I'd prefer to keep this relationship professional, and I'll get XP for the speech challenge, so we'll do it that way. Anyway, want to pose for my porno magazine? It pays 50 caps.
I reckon you've got a deal, sweetie. Don't be a stranger now.
And we'll go see Woodrose at the cathedral. Woodrose is tripping on Punga, so we'll have to wait for her to come down. Talking to her is easy before you start thought control, but if you install the jammer for Desmond, it's really hard. You can still do it because only the unnamed tribals turn hostile, but if they see you, then she turns hostile too, so you have to sneak past them and talk to her without them seeing you, which is not easy. Fortunately, I destroyed the jammer, so everybody's happy to see me. Well, that's probably not why they're happy, and I'm not sure what they're seeing, but they're not hostile, and that's what matters.
Yes, my oh-so-wayward child.
I had a vision in the bog. Beings should be simple, beautiful, unencumbered.
Yes, transcend the flesh.
To surpass the corporeal, first reject the material. Clothes, for instance.
Your teachings are wise. Please wait while I commune with the higher planes.
I've been trying to avoid extra work by using strategic camera placement during the photo shoots, but that might be worth putting up the blur box.
Blessings to you on your journey.
That wraps up things in Point Lookout, but before we set sail, we'll talk to our rebel tomboy ferryboat captain, Nadine. Oh, this is too cool. The lighthouse in the background and everything.
We having fun yet?
Yes, we are. But it's time to go back to the capital wasteland.
Yeah, enough gabbing. Let's move.
Nadine, I'm going down to my cabin. Shouldn't you be staying in the pilot house? Anyway, there's one more model in the Point Lookout DLC, but she isn't actually in Point Lookout. Nadine's mom, Catherine, is at the riverboat landing in D.C., and we'll talk to her when we get back. Here's a thought. Little bit X-Files, but hear me out. Nadine's my age, smart, doesn't care about other people's rules, and she gets shit done. My mom's name was Catherine, and I only have Dad and Dr. Lee's word that she's dead. So let's say she lets Dad take me to Vault 101 because the wasteland sucks. Being a free spirit, she wants no part of it. Dad makes up the whole she died on childbirth thing, so I don't feel abandoned, and Nadine is my sister, separated at birth. Hey, sis. But Catherine's a really common name. Yeah, right, and there was no second gunman either.
Well, if it isn't our hero.
Did you hear I'm publishing the first new magazine in 200 years?
Must be making a good profit off of them, too.
You know, Nadine posed for me. Like mother, like daughter, you said. That works both ways.
If you can convince my little Nadine to do that. Why not?
Home sweet home. All right, I'll do some inventory management while Larry takes dirty pictures of my mom, and I'll see you on the other side. Catherine doesn't wear a souvenir shirt. Anyway, you can't set the layout while a photo shoot is in progress, so I had to wait for her to be done. Right, forgot this isn't coito ergo sum. While one issue is printing, you can't set the layout for the next one, but you can review film in CAN for planning purposes. All right, we'll take care of some other business first. We have a new dancer, Faith, and now they're hanging their underwear to dry over my workbench.
Hello there, honey.
I hope you still like whiskey, 'cause I got you a bottle.
I just wanted to let you know I reserved some special time for you. You know, as a thank you for all you done for me.
See you later, Chaz.
Bye-bye, honey.
There's now a bathtub on the balcony. The dancers will come out here to get a bath, which is, I suppose, a pretty good way to attract customers. Oh, is the marquee done? Yep. Let's see how that looks from the street. Very nice. We have some new customers. At least 4 dancers who take shifts dancing. Oh, and here's the guy from episode 1.
Yeah.
Looks like you saved up enough money to get in.
This is where I want to be.
I should have showed you this before because it's easy to miss, unless you're inclined to fiddle about with the dancers' unmentionables. But the clothes line is actually a container with playable versions of all the dancers' outfits. They work on female and male characters, but they don't look as good on me, so I will just leave them here. The marquee is interesting. Definitely gets your attention.
Receipts improved almost immediately once it was installed. A huge success. There is one other improvement I'm considering.
You're a marketing genius, Larry. I'm all ears.
Music makes the dancers more enthusiastic. Enthusiastic dancers make the customers happy. Happy customers spend more caps. I could restore the broken jukebox, but the repairs require expensive parts and materials. Another 500 caps should cover it.
I grew up around pre-war tech. Want me to take a look?
By all means, but be aware it's more serious than a few shorted wires.
If you give Larry 500 caps, he will fix it, but it takes a few days. To fix it yourself, you need a sensor module, 2 conductors, 3 pieces of scrap metal, some Abraxo, and repair skill of at least 75, all of which I have. But it looks like some drunk used it as a urinal more than once. Salvaging the music holotapes will not be possible without specialized treatment. So we'll leave it alone for now, but all is not lost. Down in Studio B, one of the skill books also has an unmarked bonus effect. Look at field-tested holo recording equipment maintenance. Click on it. You get a message whether you want to read it, leave it, or take it. We'll read it and put it back. Like many pre-war repair manuals, the techniques can be generalized to other gear, but they chose this one because it has a chapter on salvaging electronics and holographic media that have been exposed to organic fluids. Because, you know, it's a porn studio. Your repair skill increased by 2. No, it didn't, because it was already 100. But that lets us restore the music tapes in the jukebox. Now we get a different message. Fortunately, you recently read a book that described how to salvage the tapes. Fix the jukebox. And now it works. But I'm going to turn it back off. Whenever it's on, the dancers will actually strip when they get on the pole, and I don't want to put up censor boxes every time I walk through the lounge. Plus, I don't have to worry about copyrighted songs.
Evening. Hey there.
Dude, do you ever sleep?
Nah, I got jet.
What's going on around here?
Take a look. Not bad at all.
Well, I have things to do for Larry.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
It's good to see you. What do you need?
The dancers really seem to like the jukebox. I didn't actually see their reaction, but take my word for it.
They do throw inhibition to the wind when it's playing, don't they? And I'm sure the customers will show their appreciation with the caps.
Let me guess. You need another 500 caps to fix something else.
In fact, I do not. Our revenue stream is now sufficiently stable that no further injection of outside capital should be required.
That's great. So now we just kick back and let the caps roll in?
Well, there's still work to be done on the 3 Ps, but I couldn't have come this far without you. You have my thanks.
There's Vera. Whenever a new issue's published, the Luma screen's automatically set to the cover girl. 1,000 caps, another perfect score. Unfortunately, I think the pictures for all 3 sections are nude in this issue, so I'm just going to turn it off and save myself some editing in future episodes. And now we can set the layout. DLC models have their own submenus. Pick models from Point Lookout. Woodrose leads a tribe of punga-tripping mystics. Doesn't get much more exotic than that, so we will put her on the cover. Marguerite could use a bath, but she is beautiful. Put her in front. And as she said, Madame Panada is quite the randy wench, so she goes in back. I've set the layout.
There seems to be a glitch at the print shop. The presses are normally self-maintaining, but telemetry indicates deliberate tampering. The automated defenses have been offline for years. Presumably some curious soul noticed the recent activity and broke in to loot the place. I've set the security scanner to recognize your Pip-Boy and grant you access. Think you could take a look?
If they're still there, they're dead.
Good. Unless the damage is catastrophic, repairing the presses shouldn't be difficult. If you can also bring the security system online, it might prevent future incidents. Good luck.
It's always something. But we're out of time, so we will do that next week. See you then.